here is your must-do spooky season events in the greater Philadelphia area. These things are here every single year, and I've been to most of them. We've taken friends, family, so it's a great resource if you're looking to explore some of the seasonal activities on an annual basis. So if you get some value out of this video, before I get started, just do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And if you got any recommendations yourself you think people should check out, make sure to drop them in the comments. Would be really helpful and a great resource for everyone that's watching. So October, I think of pumpkins, hay rides. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin spice lattes. Apparently people start drinking those in mid-August now, but that's another thing folks talk about. Apple cider donuts, all those things. Football, fun, Red October especially. These are things people look forward to all year long. And there's some great events locally throughout the greater Philadelphia area that, to me, if you're looking for something scary, something fun, something seasonal, there's a lot of great stuff you can check out. So I'm going to share some of the most significant, I think the best ones in my view, that I've been to, I've had fun at, and we've done as a family or friends or even just a group of people from work. So the first thing, and this to me is a must go to, is Linvilla Orchards and Media. We have our client appreciation event there every single fall because it's that big of an attraction. If you've been there on the weekends, it's a little bananas. There's people everywhere. They have food trucks. They've got a beer garden. They have pumpkin patches. They have hay rides. They have a friendly witch, not too scary. And they have these apple cider donuts, something very lethal if you're trying to keep the pounds off. And they have amazing apples. The Honeycrisp apple there is bananas. So you can visit their website. It's linvilla.com. You can go there pretty much any day of the week to experience this stuff. And it's got everything you're looking for. There's a playground for kids. They've got animals you can feed. It's a real thing that can be very fun, great weekend activity. And we believe in it so much, we have our client appreciation, our client gratitude event there every single fall, because people want to go there, and it's that great of an event. So that's located in Media. It's linvilla.com. That would be one thing everyone can check out, and that's for all ages, right? That's not just a family-friendly. If you want to go check out their store, they got some great stuff with pies, right? I mean, every single pie you can imagine. You've got apples, pumpkins, all that stuff. Definitely check that one out. That, to me, is a must-see. The other farm I've been to, and I went there as a kid, is the Milky Farm in Chester Springs. And this place is like your old school farm. So Linvilla Orchards is a little different. This is literally a farm where you can go into the pumpkin patch, pick the pumpkin. Their website's milkywayfarm.com, and it's very old school. I mean, they got cornfields there. This is right down the street where I grew up. Been there many times as a kid, many birthday parties. An old school farm where you go out, you actually go in the pumpkin patch, you find the pumpkin, you pick it out, you got to clean the dirt off. Very, very cool thing. They take you on a hayride there as well. That's another great farm to check out. Now, there are tons of farms everywhere around here that do these sort of things. These are ones just I've personally been to. So if you got any farms you recommend, whether it's in Montgomery County, Philadelphia, or maybe right outside Philadelphia probably, Delaware County, drop them in the comments so people can check them out. That'd be a great way to spread the word about what's going to be local, what's going to be fun, and what's going to be great to check out. So that covers the farms. Then there's a lot of fall foliage, right? This is something that people, that they flock to Pennsylvania every year to check out the orange, yellow, and red leaves, and we're not quite there yet. It usually happens like mid-October to mid-November. They will rate this stuff and tell you the best times to go look at fall foliage, and some of the best places to go. I'm going to give you a rundown of each one of them, and I went through, and this is not only in the city, but it's also in the suburbs. The first one, I think this is actually a really cool one, is Ben Franklin Parkway, because you've got the art museum there. You can see the trees that line the parkway along, whether you're going into Center City or out towards the art museum. That is a great spot. It's called the most colorful mile in Philadelphia, which I totally agree with. So that's a great spot to look, and you can check out some of the attractions in the city as well. Very iconic there. There's also some more rural places. So Bowman's Hill Tower, up in New Hope, and that's it's right by Washington Crossing, and they have a wildflower preserve there And it's, you're on this vantage point. It's about 25 feet high. Very cool, and it gives you some real picturesque views of the foliage. There's some other places you can check out as well. There's Fonthill Castle in Doylestown. Franklin Square, where they got a lot of great events going on throughout the year. That's in Philadelphia, obviously, right off of 7th Street there. You can check out Independence Hall. They have some cool stuff, too. Another underrated spot is the Laurel Hill Cemetery and West Laurel Hill Cemetery. So if you want some of that spooky vibes, because they have a lot of events there, you're up higher up, looking over the Schuylkill River. Very cool place to check out fall foliage. The list goes on and on here. And you can even go out into, like, Longwood Gardens is a great spot in Kennett Square. They've got fall foliage tours there constantly. You can check out the different leaf colors and everything else. So really, I would love to hear where people like to go see these things. Valley Forge Park is another great one where you've got literally miles of open space. They have walking trails there. I used to run cross-country practice in Valley Forge Park, so I've seen this. And whether you're on Mount Joy or just walking through the park, a lot of great views of the autumn colors that people love. Jenkins Arboretum is another one that's located in Devon. And like we said, Longwood Gardens, Morris Arboretum that's located right off of like Germantown Pike. I mean, there's Peddler's Village is another great one. I mean, the list goes on and on here. Ton of places to go to check out fall foliage. So again, would love to see in the comments what people like here and maybe what some of the other recommendations are, because this could literally become an index of everything to do in the fall months, which would be a great resource for all the people that live in the greater Philadelphia area. So we've covered the farm experience. We've covered the fall foliage. Now let's talk about the Halloween events. Spooky season, right? People love this stuff, and this is something where there's a wide range here where some people love getting scared and love going to some of these sort of scary attractions that are out there, and some people hate it. It's either one of the two, right? So the first one that comes to mind, and I've been to this place, and this is very scary. It's the Bates Motel, and this has been featured as like the best haunted house in America according to CNN Travel. It's voted one of the top 5 like can't miss horror attractions in 2021 and 2022. I mean, this is scary. And I'm going to be very clear with you. Like, I've done this before and literally could not wait to leave because the crap was scared out of me by what goes on. So if you like doing this, this is cool. You can do this. It's very fun. They give you a hayride through all these haunted attractions. And this is right off of 352 Middletown Road and 926, actually very close to where our office is located. And this is some scary stuff. So if you don't want to get scared, don't go to the Bates Motel. If you do, it's a great attraction. It's open on the weekends, and I mean, it's just bananas. I mean, I literally felt like I screamed the entire time. I just wanted to get the heck out of there. It was fun. If that's your jam, this is a great thing to go to, especially if you're in the suburbs. I mean, I went there when I was a kid in high school, and then again a few years ago, and it's really scary. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Great thing to go to. They have like the apple cider going. A lot of cool things to do there. But if you want to get scared, that would be the number one recommendation that I have. The other place to check out would be Terror Behind the Walls at the Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia. Also, equally scary. This is another place where you're inside a prison, right? And they have all these things to do there. They've got a pumpkin plaza. They've got different things you can go to in terms of like a flashlight tour. They have a beer garden. You can go to easternstate.org to check it out. When I lived in Philadelphia, people would park literally like 10, 15 blocks away and catch a bus or a trolley to get there because it's that sought after. And again, something that's very scary. So those are the 2 local recommendations I have in the greater Philadelphia area if you're looking to get scared and do something like that for Halloween. Would love to see in the comments if anyone has any other recommendations to go to. I know there's a lot of these things around. Both of these places, you want to get scared, this is where to go. So that's my rundown of the fall experience. And the bonus one here is that the Philadelphia Phillies are in the playoffs. Go find a great place to watch the game because Red October is the best vibe in the greater Philadelphia area. People will skip out of work early. They'll make sure they're having an event out of the game. Going to Citizens Bank Park, going to a playoff game with the block party. There's a Ferris wheel, food trucks, beer gardens, all that stuff. You don't have to have a ticket to go to the block party. Now, obviously, this doesn't happen every year. Hopefully, it happens more often than we've seen. Going down that way and experiencing what postseason baseball is like in Philadelphia, to me, is the number one experience that you want to have in October. So again, if you got any value out of this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep the local content coming in the greater Philadelphia area. And if you got any other recommendations, please put them in the comments.